Today, jury selection got underway in the trial of a soldier accused of killing his grandparents in Chester County. In 2021, Queen City News told you about the arrest of Gene Scott. He was on deployment in Germany when he was arrested. The Chester County Sheriff believes that he joined the Army in order to hide after his grandparents were killed.
Queen City News.
Joining me now is Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes. And Khalif, a lot of people paying attention to this case because this man fled to Europe to try to avoid prosecution. But here we are with jury selection.
Right out of a novel, you know, you're talking about this happened in 2020. They didn't really figure out the details of the case until 2021 when they recognized, yes, he was in Germany serving in the military. So then they had communications with trying to figure out how to get him back into the country. And then the process obviously takes a long time to go from getting arrested to actually having your day in court to a trial date. So that's where we are today. If I'm selecting a jury, if I'm representing the defendant, I'm looking for someone that is sympathetic to hearing my side of the story. And that's really all I can ask for, even without knowing much of the facts. As long as they can hear, come in with an open mind and be able to allow me to paint a picture, that's what I want. If I'm the prosecutor, I want the same thing, but I want them to be open to hearing that, listen, this guy took money from his parents with the sole intention of trying to take the money. It's nothing else but a greed. This wasn't some, vendetta. This was theft related. And so they should be able to have the documents that support showing that this was money related.
Are there any additional charges, or how does that weigh for him literally going to Germany to serve in the Army? Just, what does that do to the case?
I mean, typically because we mentioned in the past that he tried to get out on a bond and the judge denied his bond. And so in that instance, it would play a big part because if you're a flight risk, you can say, hey, this person has ability to travel, they have the means, or they in the past have left or tried to avoid or elude prosecution. And so that's what prosecutors pointed to. But within the trial, that's not something that will come into play. I'm sure the prosecutors will say, listen, he did this, and then at some point he flew to Germany. But I don't think the jurors will weigh that much into it. Specifically, they're going to be looking for physical evidence. Do you have a murder weapon? They're going to be looking for the paper trail. Do you have evidence of transactions or withdrawals? Those are things that I think will weigh a lot heavier than, say, the flight to Germany. I mean, but unless they can paint a detailed pictures with like text messages and emails that say, listen, how do I get away with murder, or best places to travel after you committed murder? And you're laughing, but that happens. I get cases a lot of times with discovery, and it says, best defense attorney for homicides, how to get away with murder after you just killed someone. That's in people's search history. Wow. And so DAs use search history as a way to convict.
Yeah, and as a defense attorney, how are you approaching this case?
I'm looking at this case and trying to just find holes in in the prosecution's evidence. Because remember, the defense doesn't have to prove anything. Mm-hmm. It's the burden is on the state to be able to show that my client has done something. So I literally could walk in there and present no evidence, have my client never take the stand. And if the state has failed to meet their burden at the very end of the trial, at their case, I'm saying, Your Honor, we're asking for this case to be dismissed because they haven't proved their case. Most of the time, the judge is going to reject that, but I need to have that on the record, just like we had in the Trump trial last week. Put it on the record for appeal purposes. If they failed to meet their burden and they showed no evidence that points to my client and the case should have been dismissed, and then say he ultimately is convicted by a jury, on appeal, a judge can look and say, you know what, the judge missed it. They did not prove their case. This case should have been dismissed right there and never went to the jury. And so that's something that could happen because right now we don't know much about this case except for there is an alleged double homicide and travel to Germany.
Right, and those appeals are always important when you get those convictions. So we'll see how jury selection shakes out. Khalif, thank you.